and referring to Kant's main four questions of philosophy. So what can I know? What ought I to do? What may I hope for? And then the final question, what is the human being? And this is kind of where anthropology starts playing a role. So can we answer that fourth question with anthropology? And then how do kind of these questions tie in together?
Yeah, well, that is one of Kant's most famous and arresting statements regarding his anthropology. And the real radicality of it comes through when he says that the other questions, what can I know? What ought I to do? What may I hope? He says they can all be answered by the one question, what is the human being? And that's precisely what anthropology is supposed to answer. Now, a little background here. There was a strong anthropological turn in the Enlightenment. Many authors before Kant claimed that the new science of man was the most important field of study. And some of them even went as far as to argue that it should replace traditional fields like theology and philosophy. You can find versions of this, say, in Hume, in Rousseau, in Hutcheson, and in many other Enlightenment authors before Kant. So Kant he's riding that anthropological wave, if you will. I'm out here in Hawaii now, that other people were advocating, but he's also pushing it further when he claims that all of philosophy's questions can be answered by anthropology, by answering this question, what is the human being? Now, I myself think there are some problems with that claim of his, the claim that all of philosophy, in effect, reduces down to the question, what is a human being? And I don't think he himself makes good on it. One issue is that it conflicts with his own extraterrestrial commitments, okay? Kant, like a lot of scientists and philosophers of his era, did believe strongly that there were other intelligent, rational beings elsewhere in the universe. And as he says in one of his earliest works, the intelligent beings on Saturn have a higher degree of intelligence than human beings. For them, let's just suppose that there are intelligent beings on Saturn for a moment. For them, an answer to the question, what is the human being, is not going to help them in their philosophical endeavors, okay? But my main point is, I think philosophy is bigger than the merely human, okay? And even if you don't want to go the ET route and stay on Earth down here, I think you will still come to the view that philosophy is more than the merely human. When philosophers ask questions about the nature of reality or the nature and limits of knowledge, or even other questions that might seem closer to human beings, questions about the nature of art, say, or morality, I don't think that they are merely asking, what does a human being have to say about this topic? Or how can it help me know? They may just be asking questions about the nature of reality or the nature of God or the nature of morality, period, okay? There's also a textual problem here. Several critics, Martin Buber, Reinhard Brandt in Germany, they have argued that it's odd, but you don't really see Kant explicitly addressing the question, what is the human being, in his anthropology lectures. He raises this very ambitious program for a philosophical anthropology. We need to answer the question, what is the human being? It's the foundation for all philosophy. But he doesn't seem to pursue it in his anthropology lectures. I think that criticism is a little too strong. I think Kant does say a lot about what human beings are like in his anthropology writings, but it is the case that he never explicitly says in any of these lectures, okay, now I am addressing the question, what is the human being? And now I will show you how all of philosophy's questions are answered once we know what the human being is. So that is a very tantalizing text. I cite it a lot in my own work, but I think you have to be careful with it. And I don't think Kant makes good on his claim that all of philosophy can be reduced to anthropology. But, and the but's important, I do think we should take that passage as one of many indications that you find in Kant regarding his own views about the importance of reflecting on what it means to be a human being for philosophy itself.
Mm-hmm.